Hey guys, I'm HP, this is Dr. Pink. Today's topic is advanced minor blues guitar. What are we talking about today? I always call minor blues is the tops of the tops in guitar playing, so it's really worth spending a lot of time in that genre because it's really cool. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button, and also join the HPCrazy Guitar Academy with a free member account or a premium member account. So what are we talking about today? This here. We try to follow the chord stuff. So what we're doing today is we are checking out this minor blues, we analyze it, and then we follow the chords instead of just playing the blunt pentatonics or minor scale over that, because that gives a whole bigger, wider way of expression on your minor blues guitar. So first we need to analyze the tune, of course. It's really, let me quickly switch off the delay. It's a classic minor blues, what we're using 10 bar. Oh, by the way, the sound I'm using here is one I created especially for this occasion. I'm using here tube saturation on this sound to get this creamy sound. Yeah, for the nerds among you. So we have A minor. Then we have G with the A in the bass. So basically it's A minor to G, but with the A in the bass twice. And then we have 2 bars of D minor or D minor 9. Now let me show the chords on the close view. As I said, we have A minor, G with A in the bass. Okay? Each 1 bar. Then we have D minor 9, or you can also take this one here. Same as A minor up here, bar here, D minor 9, and then without the pinky. Then we go back to A minor to G with A in the bass. And then comes F major 7 to E7 sharp 9 to A minor to E7 sharp 9. I'm quickly gonna make a playthrough with the chords to see how it works. It's really important that you know the form. So A minor to G with A bass. Same thing again. G minor to G. Again G minor, D minor, A minor to G with the A in the bass. F major 7, E7 sharp 9 to A minor to E7 sharp 9. So that's the form. It's quite a standard regular form, but there are many minor blues which have little differences from this standard form, but that's basically what you have here. Now, as I said, you can play the the standard thing over minor blues, which is you know, A minor pentatonics. You basically always start with this, something like this. Yeah, and then you, that works really cool. And I must say, I show you, you can do a lot of stuff like this with the regular stuff. Regular A minor pentatonics. And so on. That's really cool. And before you need to have these things a little bit together before you go more into detail. But now when you want to open up, it's a really good method that you start to follow the chords. So how do you do that? You need, of course, to know which chords are played, but also which modes. So on the A minor, of course, you play A minor Aeolian. Let me take a you can use this as reference or the chord A minor. Okay, then comes G with the A in the bass. That one in the soloing you treat as a G. So here you play G. That means you play G mixolydian. Or you just have your orientation on the G chord. Could be this one here, could be this one here. This is a G. So you have A minor to G. Or here A minor. Oops. To G. Or let's take this A minor to G. Any type, you just follow that stuff. And already by following the chords in the first part, I'll show you, it really opens up your sound spectrum dramatically. I'll show you. See, by just playing these lettering chords in between, sounds already awesome, you know. And you can start with the pentatonics, but then you want to open up and follow the chords more. Now let's go to the D minor. So we said we have here Dorian, D Dorian. Or just the D minor. Here D minor. And what is a really cool thing is when you know the modes, you can focus on a specific note. So what a suggestion would be you play this. So what is this here? It's an arpeggio. It's basically a D minor arpeggio. But we want to focus on the 9. This is the E, the second note in the D Dorian. Sounds really cool, and you can also come back and focus again on the 9. Let's see how that works. What you also can do, see how I went up, and then I switched to A minor scale. And what I love to do is, like now we resolve on G, just take the power chord. You can also use power chords in between following the chords. That's really a cool method. Now later comes the F. So F, which is treated as Lydian. So here, this is F Lydian. You can use an arpeggio, F major arpeggio. And resolves perfectly on. Here we have the G sharp, which is basically the triad of the E. And on the E7 we are playing Phrygian natural 3. This is this scale here. But of course you can again use these chords F and E as orientation in your soloing, you know. Something like you just take these chords as orientation plus the modes. I'm gonna show you from the very beginning, but now I'm gonna switch on the delay again to make it sound a little bit more smooth. I'm using a stereo analog delay here. Sounds way more cool on a minor blues, as you can hear. Now comes the F. Works really great, just following the chords, and doesn't feel like you're playing a kind of jazzy thing. It just widens up your sound. What you also can do, I mean, now I played this really standard sound. Now let me switch to a high gain sound. You can widen up the whole thing or play with it. Same thing, has a lot of way more expression, and you can really sit on those notes. I'll show you. Same thing with high gain. Same thing, other sound, you play with more pinch harmonic, with more overtones, and you're gonna sound really wild and all, and it's really a great add to your regular playing. What is also cool, like in between, I sometimes just use the ending chord, just like this, to get this really done well. Yo, that's about that. This really kind of a widening up your sound, just using the modes and seeing where the progression is moving inside the chords as an orientation point. You know, you don't need to do much, you know, you can play, you know, even if you go in this higher position here, you know, then it comes a G. You just resolve on the chord which is currently played. This is just something you need to learn, that you always do. You know, it's like a grid which always moves while you're playing, and that you always know exactly where you are or where you want to go. You know, this helps to create great melody lines with only few notes. And on minor blues, the biggest mistake you can do is play too many notes. You know, keep it simple, but I mean, you can play the whole thing more simple and it still sounds great. You know, it doesn't mean that you have to play fast. You just follow the chords. I play fewer notes now. I'm not playing much, but I'm following the chords. See, same thing, but I'm following the chords. F. Same thing in a higher position. Now go to G. Going to G. And so on. You see, when you follow the chords, your sound really widens up, and you're able to fill those long and empty spaces and not playing too many notes, but still sounding like you're in control of what you're doing. All right, guys, that was it. Advanced minor blues guitar. I mean, it's not playing more notes, about knowing what you're doing, and that's a big step in your development from like an intermediate player to advanced player, that you always have this grid of chords following, and you always know all of this is what you can do: play the scale, play the mode, play the chord, whatever, but still being able to create melody lines upon the grid which is following. That's the big trick and the mastery of the whole thing. Most of the stuff in music happens in the grid which follows, and not so much on the speed here on the fretboard, you know. I mean, there are some players, they just play minor pentatonic or minor scale. They just play their licks and fast. That's also cool, of course, and not saying this stuff is really needed, but it's another great aspect in your development as a guitar player, especially in minor blues. Good, one more to say. If you want to download this great backing track I produced, plus the modes and the chords, it's available in the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. Please join there with a free member account, but in order to download it, you need a premium member account. Good, me and Dr. Pink are saying goodbye for today.